Keep investing. There we go.
Do not keep investing. It's not worth it. Don't do it. There's better ways to spend your money.
Yeah. Don't be part of the problem. Oh, man.
All right, well, EV against vooni now. We're going to see how this plays out. Here we go. We got my boy Kragg. We're going to see how this all comes together.
Yeah, the famous 80-20 matchup. Until Kragg somehow pulls something out, which seems to be all the time.
I mean, he's a big guy, you know?
Yeah.
And then Fleet's just Fleet. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's for sure happening right now as Ev trying to find some way to make it back, and that's not going to be a safe way to do it. Fleet all over it with this pressure. Nice little usage of it, but it's still not good enough. vooni just doing so well, controlling this entire pacing of the match, just not letting the X factor of Kragg kick in, and even a desperate little command grab. I like to see the pressure attempt, but a missed parry, no kill just yet, but surely that down strong will.
Yeah, that was definitely a like Hail Mary type of play to try and turn things around. I respect the hell out of it because it's one of those situations like if you land it, fantastic. You're actually like winning now all of a sudden. But like it's such a risky play, and unfortunately it did not work out for EV. Now EV again on the back foot here, getting lapped to percentage very soon potentially. Oh, okay.
Ooh. All that damage down and trying to find some way to make it happen. Great parry, and literally vooni just ran away. It was like, I don't want to deal with that invulnerability frames you got there after that parry. So EV finding some way to try to finish it, but it's just so difficult, and these parries are not landing either.
Yeah, like, there's actually been a couple times where I feel like just throwing out the parry, it's like, all right, you're kind of wishing there a little bit too much.
Ooh.
But there actually, like, was one where they, the neutral B angled upwards, and the parry just didn't hit because it was, like, out of all angles, really. Like, come on.
Yeah. And here comes the timer. No parry after that one. That could have been a free attempt, but vooni, I mean, her pressure is just so difficult. He even finds the time to consume some apple. And EV is just in a heap of trouble, and the pressure just kind of continues on. This is the reason why Kragg suffers.
Yeah, that's just unfortunately the matchup. You know, everybody likes to talk about how Kragg just, you know, is this brain-dead character, and then you fight against a Fleet and it's all over, you know? But you know what? That's kind of the part of the game, you know? Some characters are going to have great matchups, and then some characters are going to have bad matchups. It's just how it is. But you know what? That's one thing I love about Kragg players is that, listen, rock throw good, right? I throw rock, and I will continue to unga-bunga my way through this. And we're going to see if maybe EV has something in the tank to try and turn this around a little bit. Game one was very rough.
Yeah, but that's just the thing. When you're playing Kragg, you already know you're going to play against some heavy losing matchups. It's just part of the job. Just finding a way to get around it is the only task that you can really do, and vooni has just been a constant obstacle in the way for EV. But so far in the neutral game, and I'm liking that parry much better, and the patience as well, waiting for the response on vooni's, and then here we go. I'm liking this from EV.
There we go. Yep, getting a nice little bit of offense going here. I mean, this is why I play Kragg. You know, I like my big guys that hit hard. You know, I don't have to win everything, but man, if I get my hits, it's going to be a bad time for you. But as you can see right now, not quite having a lead, but still, this is a percentage where if you get the right setup here, Kragg should be able to take the stock. Okay, we're going to go for the forward throw, excuse me, up throw. But yep, parry into the F strong, and that's going to be able to clean that one up. Well done.
Yeah, Fleet's got some amazing landing aerials, but you're still so vulnerable to being parried. It's just a huge problem, and unfortunately, vooni got the wrong timing on that one, and EV, great recovery.
Yep, I like that. Just kind of jump and go right back to the ledge there. See if you can try to bait out an option, or just make them feel a little bit more comfortable. It seemed like that seemed to work out. However, 164, gonna be able to live just a little bit longer here on that one. Stalling out a little bit. Trying to see if we can get them to do something. Okay, vooni just said, you know what, I'll just back up the center stage. It's like, I'll let you get on, and I'll just try to piggyback off after that.
And I'm not impressed you're living at 174. We saw Maple live for way more. So
yeah,
Kragg's got to
it makes sense, you know?
Oh, man, and I try to find some way to do it. You know, that rock phase through the stage.
Yeah, that was a little gross, but yikes! Ooh, the double dip. We got the down special into the down air to close that out. Well done here for EV, and honestly, a great showing after that game one. A 3 stock, by the way, and now up 1 stock here, 2 stocks to 1 in game 2.
Amazing adjustments. It's like an entirely different player in Eevee. Once again, putting the pressure on and showing the adjustments that you gotta make if you're Kragg, but vooni still on the prowl. This is still a terrible matchup, and it's being demonstrated. Great catch on the jump, and look at this pressure. Here comes the arrow. It finds its mark, trying to find some way to recover, and barely does so. And Eevee!
I like that. I like that. Really going out to try to find a way to close that out. And man, what a wild finish that would have been. But vooni finding a way back to stage here. Finding, honestly, almost a way to turn this around entirely. 62%. That is a little bit rough. But if we can kind of tune into what we got in that first game, we can certainly turn this around. Eevee is going to be trying to find a way back onto the stage. Certainly tried a little bit of a sneaky trick, but just was not able to get the hit they needed.
Ooh. A weird moment with that bear hitbox. Great usage of the defense, but it's worth nothing.
Hey, sometimes you throw out forward strong, you know?
Forward strong is good.
I love pressing that button. I love that button.
Yeah, as good as Fleet may be, her biggest weakness is how exploitable her recovery is. And that was just a perfect demonstration of it. Usually, you know, players will just like go ahead for a ledge hog, but the forward strong just peeks underneath the stage. So why not just kind of go for it? And Eevee is able to get it. And on this stage, really interesting. I can see why with the logic, and Eevee not striking it. She says, I don't mind, I'll still be able to recover. And oh no, a gentle reminder of what sealed out the second game.
Oh yeah, oh. Wow, great rock toss. Tom Brady out here. Just nailing it right into the end zone. Very well done by Eevee, especially after what was such a rough game one. Dude, just the non-stop assault and pressure here. And this is kind of what you need to do with Kragg, right? You need to find a way to be slippery with a character that isn't exactly as slippery as everybody else. And then just, as soon as you find your openings, you gotta exploit Fleet as much as possible, so.
Yeah, you gotta be a skipping stone. You gotta maneuver and try to get all around, and vooni still trying to fight back a huge deficit, but Kragg's stocks can just disappear in a blink of an eye.
Well, hey, you mentioned skipping stones, and eventually skipping stones do have to sink, as we see with that first stock right there, so.
Finite time. Comes up, it's gotta go down, but still the parry game on point. Another reminder, a gentle one. Eevee's just like, hey, remember what happened last game? Last game when you tried to recover and rock in hand. The funny thing is 88%, Fleet will just explode if that forward strong does well. So I do not blame Eevee to go for it.
Oh, okay, we tried the up strong. You know, I respect the hell out of that, because there's so many times where, like, you're just not expecting a Kragg player to throw those out sometimes, just because it's like, come on, the move's really slow. But, like, it's almost like one of those things where, like, you just see it happen, and you're like, obviously this won't hit me, right? I can find a way to punish this, and then they just hold it a little bit longer.
And really unfortunate there. Nicely done by vooni. I love it. Just knows that Eevee won't recover high, has to go low, and just follows it up with the float. Here comes the tech chase. Absolutely done. Executes with down strong and evens it up. This is a best of 3. So whoever wins this one will take the entire set, and so far it's been an electrifying one.
Yep, and I really like the pressure here that Eevee's been utilizing, especially with that down special. It's been doing a fantastic job. But I really got to hand it to vooni for this 2-stock turnaround here. Oh, this might be costly. No, finds a way back onto the stage with the forward air. But that does not stop Eevee from chasing him around.
Oh, man. And a parry on point. vooni just can't find some way to sneak in a free projectile on the landing there. Look at this movement coming in from Eevee, but Fleet still really dangerous, just sliding around. I love the little moonwalk in there, but look at it. It's like an autopilot function. You can't land anything. The anti-projectile device with the parry. Oh!
It definitely tried to go for it, and definitely put a lot of pressure on that shield. Tries to go for the command grab, not gonna be able to find it. The forward air just trying to push him out. Trying to find a way to break the shield, or perhaps just find out something to get out of there. Oh, what are you doing? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it had to have been an up air, right? It had to have been.
Oh, that was some Trevor!
Hey, sometimes you just get those reverse hitboxes.